But I'm sitting here with you, and obviously all the hype we've heard for the last few months, there's been one man talking quite a lot.
Yes.
From the UFC, Conor McGregor. Mm-hmm. Can we sit here and say that you want to make that fight happen?
What I'm doing is trying to see if he's really real. I'm at home enjoying life. I'm retired. I'm enjoying the retired life. He's keep barking. He keep barking, keep barking, keep barking.
Floyd Mayweather, I'ma see you soon.
I might have to jump up and drag Floyd Mayweather out there and see what he's at again.
I'm open to discussion. Come at me.
So I'm gonna pull your card and see if you're really real. You keep barking, I'm gonna see if you're gonna bite. So let's make it happen. The thing is this, Conor McGregor is not a boss. Because if Conor McGregor was his own boss, the fight would be made by now.
What's holding him back?
I don't know. We waiting on you, Conor. What's going on? We waiting to fight. You talking about you want to fight? Let's see if you're really real. Let's make the fight happen. With me, when I fought Oscar De La Hoya, when I was the B side and he was the A side, I didn't complain at all. I didn't complain. The money they offered me, I said, I know where I'm trying to go to. I know where I'm trying to get to. Give me the money and let's make it happen. And that's what I did. When I had to be, of course, before you can become the A side, you must be the B side first. Even when you face certain competitors after you done already fought and was the A side. But financially wise and a certain status, I had to be the B side for that fight. But then, after that fight...
Flip the script.
After that fight, I earned the spot. So if Conor McGregor wants the A spot, don't cry and complain about the money. Be the B fighter. Go out there and do what you have to do. Then become the A fighter. And if you possibly can get a victory, then you become and then we do a rematch, you can be the A side.
But the only question I've got for anyone who's going to fight you, like how I've watched you for so many years, how do you actually beat a fighter that doesn't get hit? Like,
but one thing we can say about the shoulder roll. One thing we can say about Conor McGregor, and I'm not going to take it away from him. With the guys that he has faced, standing up, he went out there and kicked ass. I take my hat off to him. I take the money team hat off to him. He's went out there and he's kicked ass. But when he was down on the ground, and when he got to the ground against certain competition, he came up short a couple times. He's the second biggest name in the UFC, because I'm the first biggest name in the UFC, because they're always using my name. So I'm the biggest name in the UFC. He's the second biggest name in the UFC.
I'm already the face of the UFC. I'm already the face of boxing. I'm already the face of the WWE. And I'm already the face of Hollywood.
And of course, in boxing, I'm still the biggest name in boxing. But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's active and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis.
The pocket rocket, man. He's a rocket.
Oh, he's a hell of a fighter. And you must know, you can't, when Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
So what's the difference between Pretty Boy Floyd and the Money Man?
Oh, hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions. But, you know, Pretty Boy Floyd was a lot more explosive, a lot faster, a lot sharper, better movement, but it's about growth. Experience. So the Money Mayweather mentally,
did you change?
Mentally is totally different.
Did you change your style at a point to enable you to have more longevity, to earn more money,
no,
to get more titles?
Actually, if I was still fighting like Pretty Boy Floyd, I'd make it do, man. Not 100 million a fight, but 200 million a fight. My body broke down eventually on me. Yeah, you know, my last hurrah was the Arturo Gatti fight. And then, you know what's so crazy? I think that I'm gonna have to talk to my team about this. I'm kind of upset. In the Arturo Gatti fight, I was the B side.
Oh, you.
They're gonna try to say thunder and lightning. So let me tell Conor McGregor something. You know, with the Arturo Gatti and Floyd Mayweather fight, it was titled Thunder and Lightning, and I'm more like, what? I mean, I'm the B side, so I had to go out there and kick ass.
You changed his face.
And may Arturo Gatti, you know, rest in peace, Genaro Hernandez, rest in peace, Diego Corrales, rest in peace. These are some of the fighters that I fought that's no longer with us, but, you know, I want to say, you know, to their families, I love you all, and thanks for supporting those fighters, for standing behind those fighters.
Who is your biggest influence as a fighter?
I mean, as far as, you talking about in the fight game?
Yeah.
Every fighter played you know, a major key. You know, when I first, let me see, there's so many fighters. Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Larry Holmes, Michael Dokes, Aaron Pryor, Ali. There's so many different legendary champions that I watched every day on VHS tapes at that particular time, before DVDs, before downloading, before Apple TV. Let me kind of explain. It was VHS, and it was
Betamax.
That was before.
Yeah.
That was before VHS.
Yeah.
So you know, I know a little bit. Yeah, I'm an old head. I'm 40 years old, but I get the job done. Next question.
Greatest moment in boxing?
Greatest moment in boxing? The first day I turned pro.
Toughest opponent?
Different days you feel different ways. Some days I may say, I can't really say who was the toughest. It probably could have been a guy in sparring. So it may not have been an opponent that I've faced under the lights. But every guy that's at the top in boxing is extremely good. Marquez is good, Pacquiao is good, Canelo is good, Cotto is good, Zab Judah is good. When you look at all these fighters are good. But Floyd Mayweather is great.
Oh, this is a good question for you. Manchester United, which is my team, Red, or Manchester City?
Who got the better record? Who got the more championship?
Manchester United.
Well, that's what we rocking with, baby.
So what drove you on? Was it what? I'll give you three things. I'll try and give you three things. Was it money?
Absolutely. That's first.
Was it competition? Or was it a legacy?
I mean, the money came eventually.
Them three things: the legacy, money, or competition. What was it?
Probably all three. I mean, I wanted to compete against the best, and what I don't like now with the fighters, I talked about this yesterday when I was doing my Q&A. How fighters say, "Oh, I don't want to fight this guy. He's my friend." I had no friends in boxing. I had no friends in boxing. I wanted to be at the top of the throne. I wanted to be at the pinnacle. So I didn't care who I had to fight to get to the top.
That's good. I agree. As a sportsman, you can't have friends. I don't think if you're going to be competitive, you can't have friends.
I mean, even though when we're in a boxing gym, we may shake hands. I may spar with a guy, but still, you know, I want to be the best. And I always thought I was the best. Before I turned professional, I thought I was the best, and I can't believe it. And I knew that eventually that my hard work and dedication would pay off, and I will be at the pinnacle. And no one would stop me from getting to where I was trying to get to. No one could stop me.
So I'm sitting here now talking to possibly one of the greatest, if not the greatest sportsman of our generation.
Well, we got to tell him that he's talking to the one that's broken our records.
Yeah,
and,
there's no one who
and
can look up to you.
Yet and still, nobody has broken my record, so, you know.
I don't think that's going to be broken.
But when we talk about the greatest, when you talk about fighters like, you know, fighters got, or different fighters, I'm saying, when you say a fighter is great or a fighter is good, a fighter could be good in a night, a fighter could be great in a night. A fighter can have 4 great fights and say, you know, I was great. But when you talk about TBE, we talking about the best ever, forever. When we long gone, when they see these interviews and they see this great smile, they're gonna know they talking about TBE.
I agree.
Floyd Mayweather. I'ma see you soon.
I might have to jump up and drag Floyd Mayweather out, Ben, see what he's at again.
I'm open to discussion. Come at me.